My chair.
Oh, right.
Go on. Go on.
I'm going to sit
Sorry.
I'm going to sit on your lap.
But you can
I
do
will go
this one, you know.
Ready? The video is slow. Ready? I show you the video about the project I want to develop, if anyone is interested. So, and after we got Leone presenting his project, his idea. Cool. I'm curious. Okay, we are not lucky with this video tonight. We can see. I tried it many times. You want to start talking before the video?
Yeah, I'll play this in a bit. Hi, Anthony. My name is Andrew, and I'm excited to be part of the video Hackspace group, or whatever it's becoming. My project is to join Video Hackspace, and when we all move to the new premises, it's basically set up a kind of video facilities company, because we're all not going to get jobs at Google, and in the meantime we need to think about how we can actually pay for a room at Video Hackspace, because it's not going to be free. And one idea I had was to try and engage some sort of commercial operation which hopefully will even employ some people here. I'm trying to set it up as a kind of video cooperative workers sort of group, And one way how this group could earn money in the future is doing telecine and also standards conversion from old video formats to digital. Now, I've got quite a lot of equipment which I'm hoping to house in the new Video Hackspace, and part of that is I've got 3 Super 8 projectors basically. Now, what's interesting about Super 8 transfer or any film transfer these days is that it's what you call a kind of Back to the Future project. What's been happening with film, Super 8 mainly, but also you could apply it to 16mm and other film formats, is that transferring film to video has been revolutionised due to LED lighting. So in the past it was very difficult to transfer film to video frame by frame, mainly because if you slow a film projector down it tends to burn a hole in the film. So if you replace the high density lighting within a film projector, either Super 8 or 16mm, with an LED bulb, it's a low heat bulb, and it means that you can actually project your projector back at 1 frame an hour if you want. Now, the problem is that it doesn't allow to project onto a wall in a traditional sense using a film projector, but what it allows for is a transfer whereby the film projector has a camera on the end of the lens, and the projector literally just projects onto the image sensor of the camera. You take the lens off, and how it works is you use an Arduino to basically advance the projector on 1 frame, take a still of that frame using a digital camera, and then dump that frame into a folder. And at that point you can also apply, for example, a Photoshop filter. Say your film's quite blue looking and you want to colour correct it. Well, you can colour correct as you go along, and then once you've got all your stills in that folder, you can use some software to then reassemble your film into 1 long piece. So that's my project basically, which is to set up a facility using telecine and video standards conversion, and I'm looking for people to also invest with me in this facility, and there will be some kind of work out of it eventually. I believe that community-led businesses, which are shareholder, job share, the new model is the way to go. And we see the success of that with lots of community-led businesses. So I'll just show you this film, which online there's loads of people who've made very similar systems to these. This one uses an off-the-shelf video camera.
Is this yours?
No, what's that?
Is this yours?
No, none of these ones are mine. But I have all this sort of set up. I'm just needing a team to help me to realise this, really. Because I think we can build a better system than this one, whereby we can build a very high resolution system. Now, in commercial film terms, there's lots of different people making these, and the price difference between each setup is wildly different. At the top end, you've got a machine called a ranked Intel, which costs £1 million, and it'll transfer any format to any format. Problem is, you need 2 engineers literally looking after it full time. Then you go down the scale. There's a few companies making systems about 20 to 30,000 quid. They're still very expensive. And then you've got kind of budget systems which are about 5 to 8,000, depending on whether you've got a 3-chip camera or a 1-chip camera. So the idea is to develop a system a bit like this using projectors I already own, with an Arduino and a camera on the front, and then set up a commercial service looking for people to send in their Super 8s, because a lot of people transferred Super 8 already, and these people transferred them maybe 10, 15 years ago, but they transferred them to formats such as VHS. Now, the problem with all this old video tape technology and film tape is they're getting quite old now, and a lot of people are looking for VHS and other formats which you probably won't know of, such as low-band-matic, original analog Betamax tapes. All these tapes are huge. Now, I've also got wind of a project happening in London, which basically Sainsbury's has given about £11 million to convert a huge archive of arts films which are owned by the Arts Council and various other people. Now, all this stuff's coming to the end of its shelf life, and they need people to transfer this stuff. Now, one thing they won't do is ship any of these tapes out of London to other places, because they're actually quite fragile. So if the Video Hackspace facility is set up and running, we could tap into this enormous amount of money, because there's going to be more archiving needed than what there are current facilities in the southeast to transfer all this material. I'm talking about a huge archive which goes back to like the 50s and includes a warehouse 10 times the size of this place, full of old videotapes and films and stuff like that. So if this facility is set up, I'm convinced that that work could head our way, and it could employ several people here doing these transfers and stuff. So what I'm looking for essentially is, I don't have a flashy presentation, I'm still on quill and ink here, but I'll just explain a couple of the things, which is the Arduino controller needs some software right into it. You need. I've got a degree in electronics, so I'm quite up on a lot of this stuff. But I'm looking for a team sort of effort. So we need the software to control the projector moving on, and we also need the software to assemble. Now there is commercial software available out there, costs about £3 though. But I believe that people who know programming here could easily rattle something like that off quite simply. So you've got the mechanical software running via the Arduino, and you've got the frame assembly with colour correction plug-in software. And once this kit's up and running, there's possibilities to actually sell the software, sell the kit to other people. Now, in terms of this transfer facility, there's a lot of formats which people are looking to transfer to digital. For example, I'll just run through a little list of about 10 I've put down. But there's not only Super 8, Standard 8, and possibility of 16mm. There's transfers from VHS, VHS-C, Super VHS, Betamax analog, low band pneumatic, high band pneumatic, digibeta, laserdisc, quarter-inch analog tape, 8-track analog tape, compact cassette, and even vinyl. There's a lot of old vinyls what people want transferring, especially 78 revolution formats, which are getting a bit old. So that's my idea really, and I'm looking for people who want to come in on this and form a kind of cooperative company which has got some sort of commercial application. So if there's any questions you can ask them now. I don't have all the answers, but I hope to within a few months.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
Talking about the actual camera.
Yeah.
It could be a normal camera, consumer camera.
Yeah.
Well,
it can
a
be.
high-level camera, but it's 300, 500 pounds, no more than that.
That's right. The best thing though is to actually take the lens off and use a very high resolution sensor camera, so that it actually projects directly onto the sensor and doesn't go through any optics basically.
But it could be a DSLR.
It could be a DSLR, yeah.
And is there
But it needs to be a camera what can be triggered via an Arduino.
Yeah,
So
Pretty much anything
DSLR is
digital.
probably more friendlier than.
So if anybody's interested in this project, I'm going to probably when we move to the new place do this talk again and kind of get it assembled up. So yeah.
What volume of footage do you expect to be able to convert, provided you're able to utilise all the projectors you've got personally?
Well, that's a difficult question to calculate. The one thing about all these analog formats is you've got to run them actually in real time. You can't